I've had a lot of people ask me if they need to watch the old Daredevil show on Netflix in order to watch Daredevil Born Again. And frankly, it brings up a bigger issue that the movie and TV industry is really running into. These shows and movies out these days are way too complicated for someone to just sit down and watch. They almost require a certain level of homework before you can watch them. So in today's video, we're going to break down exactly what's going on, how it began, and maybe how they can change it. But first, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Anything you can do will really help this new channel grow. A long time ago, TV shows were pretty episodic. I Love Lucy, Leave It to Beaver. It didn't matter if you saw the last night's episode. It didn't matter if you saw next week's episode. You could sit down and watch it and you would know what was going on. And honestly, it was pretty similar with movies. Until Jaws 2 really launched the sequel trend, you didn't need to watch any other movies before the movie that you're sitting down to watch right now. Eventually, TV shows became a little bit more plot-based, and you had to watch the episode that happened last week before you could watch this week's episode. Just think about how confused you would have been if you sat down to watch Game of Thrones and you didn't watch the week before. Where is that one person that you so love, and why is everyone so sad? And of course you would never sit down to watch Godfather 2 without watching Godfather 1. There was a bunch of plot in that movie that you need to know about. And now this trend has gotten even crazier. For you to sit down and watch a TV show, you may have had to watch multiple TV shows, multiple movies, possibly in different formats on different streaming services in order to understand the plot of episode 1 of your new show. And while it started out easy with the movies, only having to watch 5 movies before Avengers 1, things have gotten a lot more complicated since then. And frankly, it isn't just Marvel. You couldn't just sit down and watch The Penguin on HBO Max. You better have watched The Batman to understand what's going on in that show. And Game of Thrones, as I mentioned earlier, has a bunch of different shows at different time periods in the same universe. And a lot of them are going to be referencing characters that may come to live or may have died in the past. Even the original Daredevil show on Netflix was referencing Avengers 1, so you better have seen that for you to understand why the Kingpin is having to rebuild New York. All this homework for these TV shows and movies is making it really difficult for new fans to get started. How much homework is required for this show again? Just 100 hours of movies and 100 hours of TV shows? Okay, I'll sit down and get right to it. Disney's made it a little bit easier with these one-off streamers on Disney Plus to where you can follow a character's journey one end to the other on Marvel. But even then, that's pretty limited and only for the Marvel Universe. Maybe another simple answer is just to have a preamble scroll, like something that Star Wars does at the beginning of their movies. Or a clip show attached to the beginning of every movie that's going to be incredibly complicated. Or something that you can skip on a streamer when you're starting to watch something to help catch people up. Like a previously on, but a bunch of movies and a bunch of TV shows that you need to know so that random guy walking around won't be so confusing. Or maybe they couldn't just be so focused on IP that everything has to be so interconnected. But something definitely has to change. Asking your new fans to do all this is an easy way to burn them out quickly. Telling someone that they have to watch a whole bunch of crap before they can see your new show that's just came out, they might not actually be interested. And the fact is that the more and more barriers that you set up before they watch your show and become fans, the less fans you're going to have in the end. Because fans die off, fans get less interested, and if you put up all these different barriers, you're not going to get any new ones. Expanding the availability and making things more approachable is how you're going to get new fans. Find a way to get them in, and maybe they'll be interested in watching the old stuff, but don't make the old stuff a requirement, or they might not be interested. Because a time will come when the person is told that they need to watch 45 things before they watch their new show, and they're going to just say, you know what, I think I'll pass. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and check out those other videos on screen now.